Insurance Company, Vice President and Benefits Executive, Tim Walz. Hi, Tim.
Morning, Bart.
Hey.
Morning, Andy.
How are you?
Oh, perfect.
Good.
Summertime in Michigan.
Summertime in Michigan.
Living good.
Yeah, summertime in Michigan, great time for Barker Weber because you guys are involved in a lot of the summertime Jackson events.
You know, so we have conversations around the house often, you know, where my wife may seem to think we do too much. Slow down, slow down, slow down. Well, I really think it's Jackson's fault, right? They just have too much good stuff going on.
That's right.
Well, when we talked earlier, you guys talked earlier in the show about the Hot Air Jubilee coming.
Yes.
I think that's next weekend or something. So we'll try to get the kids to that. We've got Gus Macker coming, I think, the same weekend.
It is,
Yes.
yeah.
So it'll be downtown and Ella Sharp Park will be busy. I know we've got a laundry list of volunteers signing up for Gus Macker, and the last I heard, maybe I was supposed to be paying a little bit better attention in that meeting, but the last I heard there was popcorns and kid games and giveaways and
very cool.
All the good stuff for kind of a family-oriented event. So that'll be a fun weekend coming up.
Should be a lot of fun. Anyone from the office playing in the
Anyone
Macker?
playing? Ooh, that's a good question.
Because you do have some athletes on the team.
Well, we do have some
You do.
athletes. Do we? Do we have people playing?
I mean,
like we had a lot of good athletes in the 90s and
yeah,
maybe
like
even
in
the 80s, but
that's the thing, the
I don't
80s,
know
90s,
about
maybe even the
the
early 2000s. I don't know if you have any current athletes.
I don't think we have anybody playing. Boy, that's a tough question. I'll find out and send you an email.
I mean, it's hard to play when you guys are busy supporting all these events, but
yeah,
we
love it.
Yeah.
We love it.
What's your family's favorite event? Because you guys go as a family, and I want to know what the kids, what do they like to do?
Oh,
what's their
man.
thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. We do everything as a family. I take the kids everywhere.
Yeah.
You know, shopping, the Sam's Club. You know, golfing. We golf. We swim. Everywhere we go, we take the kids with us. So, what's their favorite? Man, can I give you like top two or top three? Well, it has to be outside. I mean, it just has to be. So I would say Cascades ranks up there, top 2 or 3. Love waterfalls. We usually buy like the season pass and go.
Oh, yeah.
We haven't gone yet this year, so I feel kind of guilty as the dad saying it's July something and we haven't gone. We love to bike as a family, swim as a family. So 4th of July, we biked from our house, which of course is by Queens, out to Lime Lake.
Nice.
And we did it. Everybody, you know, and then kind of met family out there and swam and did that kind of 4th of July stuff. But I think it was 10.5 miles from the house. The 11-year-old did it. The 9-year-old did it. Christian Wills both did.
Nice.
And Henry rode along with Daddy. So that was fun. So I would probably say like something physical and something outside, the Cascades or the bike rides. But
it's really cool that we have so many things that we can do. And it was a few years ago, people thought there was nothing to do.
That's right.
It was too much.
It's too much.
It's just too much to do.
That's
We have to
That's
do it
why
all
I
now.
get in trouble at home. It's not my fault for saying yes to everything.
It's not too much.
No,
it's
it's
just
not.
enough.
It's fantastic. Well, the thing is, there's something for everybody.
Yeah.
You know, so if you like the Hot Air Jubilee or golfing, I mean, there's something for everybody. Just get outside. It's summer.
I would say the growth of Jackson has aligned with the growth of Barker Weber. We get to see it kind of firsthand because we take your new hires headshots. But you guys are hiring quality people and really building a kind of a really strong family over there.
Well, and you said the right word. It was family. You know, I think there was a few years ago, maybe 3 or 4 years ago, we kind of sat around as a leadership team and said, you know, like we want to be more intentional on being family focused and family oriented, and you know, can we be intentional about hiring people for the culture and the relationships, and instead of like a tactical knowledge of a specific item, you know. And so I think, you know, fast forward 3-4 years, like we're starting now to see the dividends of those investments in those relationships and the people. And I will personally say, like, we've never had such a good staff, and like it's good to know that, you know, when you're in the trenches, you got good people that are surrounding you, and you know, like, hey, let's just do it. Roll up the sleeves and and get it done. So you said the right word, family, and I have an email every Monday that goes out that starts with Barker Weber Family.
Yeah.
Just a recap of the week. So it's you hit the right word there with family, Andy, for sure.
I text Dan about an insurance need. I think the July 3rd late night, and he had someone with me on the 5th in the morning, and that's the kind of company you guys are to work with. So very cool. Interesting story out of California, and I thought you might find this interesting. 2 major insurance companies have stopped new home policy sales in California, and they're citing wildfires, inflation.
Just yesterday, a whole bunch of homes went sliding into a ravine.
Yeah. So these companies are obviously protecting themselves from these large payouts. Interesting, very interesting.
Very interesting. We've seen that a little bit in Florida as well.
Okay.
Hurricanes kind of come through and take some people out. From the financial strength perspective, all of our carriers are incredibly sound and safe. They're all rated as high as you possibly could get, and we actually represent a lot of Michigan-based companies, which I think is fantastic. And so, you look at Michigan, we have the occasional hailstorm or bad thunderstorm, something like that. But in general, we kind of get a free pass on, the earthquakes and the tsunamis and the big stuff.
Yeah, I just think it's, people are going to continue to migrate away from California for sure. For sure.
The state of Michigan is worried that people are leaving, but you watch, everyone's going to come here because of climate. I mean, it's we're the land of the future. We should put that on the
land
side.
of the future.
Land of the future.
This will be the number one state.
We have tough competition. We have to dethrone Texas and Florida, and we'll get it.
We'll be fine.
We don't want a lot of people.
We don't want people moving from Florida here.
No, we don't.
We sent them all down there, didn't we? Here, half of them down there.
So you brought some photos that I think illustrate the growth of the
growth of the agency,
the family.
The growth of the family too.
Agency there, so this is
in Petoskey.
That is somewhere. That is Mill Creek Campground, right outside of Mackinac.
Okay.
We had the chance to go up there about Father's Day in June, and of course, safety first, being the insurance guy, so everybody's gets their gear on.
I love that.
Christian there's 11, Wills is 9, and Henry's 3. So this was a Jackson event. This was the Rose Parade. It was downtown, went right outside the JTV studios, and this was, Dan's family there, and Robbie and Steve's family were there, and Crystal. And had a great turnout, and beautiful weather. I was kind of volunteered to get the candy. And, Steve kind of said, I don't know how many bags of candy we'll need. Maybe we'll need 2 or 3,
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, if you think we need 3, I'll get 6 just to double up. And, I think our candy was gone in the first half a block, We gave everybody under 10 was responsible to hand out candy, and candy was getting, handed out in the handfuls, if you will.
Look at this family.
That is the crew. That's the Father's Day trip up north at Mackinac. Christian's 11, and Will's is 9. Henry's 3, of course, and Caroline is 1. 2, she'll be 2 in November. So
I actually had the pleasure of coaching one of your boys for a soccer season, and they're outstanding athletes. And I was going to ask you about that.
I think that was Will's. I think you coached Willie.
So these guys are they're pretty good golfers.
Well, we enjoy the sport.
Well, that's very humble of you to say, Tim, but you guys enjoy it. They're doing pretty good.
They're doing well. So this is a tournament called Drive, Chip, and Putt, kind of put on with the USGA and the Masters tournament and the PGA. Just an absolutely fantastic event. The kids get to hit 3 drives, 3 putts, and 3 chips. And Christian performed incredibly well. The 11-year-old, 9-year-old Willie did excellent. They all made a putt, which was fantastic. I think they're officially kind of better golfers than me at this point.
It happens around that age.
I know, it's just what happened. But so they both made their 6-foot putt, and Willie made a 30-footer or something like this crazy. Well, that's the baby girl, Caroline. This weekend we went out to McCready Reserve, and we walked 4 or 5 miles or something, and just enjoyed nature and the trails, and stopped for a photo session, I guess.
Awesome. We appreciate you sharing the fun of your family and the fun of the agency.
Well, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the headshots.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, we've got another couple coming up, so
awesome.
Stay tuned for more growth.
Vice President at Barker Weber, Tim Walz. Up next on the morning show, Dr. Penn. Stay tuned.